Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 7 of Rob's video blog. It is March 19th, 2015 and it's good to be back. I'm just getting over a stomach virus from about 2 days ago, so feeling a bit better today. I got to tell you that if you've ever had a stomach virus, you know it's got to be the worst illness you could possibly get. It's like having the flu, but you can't eat or drink. I think probably one of the worst ways to die would probably be dying of starvation, because I went maybe 12 or 14 hours without any water and it was pretty terrible. So I can't even imagine what death by thirst would be like. So I did get a chance, laying in my bed for 2 days, I did get a chance to watch a movie. I watched Citizen 4, which is a documentary essentially about Edward Snowden, where they film a series of interviews with Glenn Greenwald and Edward Snowden, and they kind of go over how he broke the information, the precautions he took, how the information came out, and obviously they go over the content and the information. And I got to be honest with you, whether you followed this NSA thing or you didn't follow this NSA thing, it is friggin' out of control. I mean, it's totally and completely out of control. It's way worse than 1984 ever said it would be. The US government, all branches of it, the FBI, CIA, NSA, I mean, they literally know everything that is going on. They are monitoring your phone calls, your emails, every single email, every single transaction online, your credit card numbers, your bank accounts, every text message, every phone call, every email, everything. And not even just in the US, but the United States has collaborated with international corporations in other countries and even other governments to surveil their own people and the people of other countries. So, for example, in Brazil, the United States government essentially has tapped into Brazil's telecommunication structure and is monitoring literally everything that goes on in Brazil round the clock, 24/7. So it's pretty insane. And if that doesn't creep you out and doesn't get you alerted to some scary things, I don't know what will. I mean, this very video blog, you know, these bastards could come knock down my door any minute if they didn't like what I was saying, but obviously they're not going to, because I believe my highest video blog watch was maybe a count of 45 now, so I don't think I'm quite big enough yet for them to actually pay attention to me. And in all reality, that's really the safety of the general public, is that we're not really that important to the government. By and large, most people aren't. We don't have enough influence, we don't have enough money, we don't have enough followers for them to really give a rat's ass about what Rob DiNicola is saying. So that's the only reason why myself and everybody else can pretty much go about their business and not worry about it. But the reality of the situation is, you piss the wrong people off and they want to get you, you're screwed. I mean, you are screwed big time. So I would highly recommend it. It's about 2 hours long. It's documentary style, but aside from the actual information about how the government is pretty much watching everyone, it's pretty interesting to see how Edward Snowden actually broke the information, how he got away from the US, how he had to cut off all ties with his family, how he tried to be responsible with the information, not just leak all the information out, how he tried to contact what he felt were impartial journalists. And part of the reason why he turned the information over to these select journalists and didn't release the information himself was because, and he says it in the movie, that he didn't want his particular bias to be put into it. He just wanted to give them the information, to give them the facts, and they would determine, they would take the information to determine what to release and what not to release. Also, so that, you know, I mean, there is very sensitive information, so that they're not just indiscriminately putting things out there that could potentially endanger the lives of some people. So watch the movie. It's a good movie. I really enjoyed it. One other thing that just really fucking pisses me off is, you know, I'm laying in bed and I'm like dying here, and you know, it's I'm dehydrated to all hell, and I'm looking up like what to do and everything like that. And the first thing is like, I just need an IV. I would love it if I could just go to CVS and get myself a friggin' IV and just put the IV in. It's not rocket science, but if I had a banana bag dripping, I probably would have felt so much better, and I would have gotten so much better, so much faster. So that really pisses me off. But what drives me even more nuts, and I honestly can't, it really infuriates me. But you read things online, oh, drink sports drinks. Oh, well, drink Pedialyte. Pedialyte's even better. You know, it's made for children, it's made for infants, it's made for babies, it's made for toddlers, and it's got tons of electrolytes in it. It's got potassium, it's got sodium, it's got chlorides, and it's delicious. So I go and I have my wife and my mother pick me up a bottle of Pedialyte, and I start drinking it. It's delicious. I was actually able to keep some of it down, so that was good. But I got curious, and I said, you know what, I wonder, you know, I mean, the thing is, you know, this is strawberry flavored. The thing is, well, my color's not really calibrated very well, but it is like kind of reddish pink. So I got interested in what the ingredients were on here. So I started reading, and I will read the ingredients to you. Water, dextrose, which is glucose, essentially just pure sugar, and less than 2% of the following: citric acid, potassium citrate, salt, sodium citrate, natural flavor, sucralose, asulfame potassium, and zinc gluconate, along with red 40 and blue number 1. Now there are 4 things in there that bothered the shit out of me. One, this is marketed to babies, okay? Babies. Why do you have to put dyes in it? It's a baby. You put it in their bottle or their sippy cup, they're gonna drink it irrespective of what color it is. Okay, so you don't need to put dyes in it. Okay, that's number 1. So there's 2 things in there. There's the red 40 and the blue one. And the other 2 things that it boggles my mind is they put sucralose and asulfame potassium in it. Those are artificial sweeteners. Why are you feeding an infant or a baby or a toddler or a child an artificial sweetener? Would you give your baby a Diet Coke? Would you give your baby, you know, it blows my mind. And it's not like this is just sitting up on the shelf and you can just like pick it up. Like if you go to your doctor and your baby's got the shits and has diarrhea, they will tell you, go buy Pedialyte and feed it to your kid. Well, guess what? I'm a full-grown adult that's fully matured physically, neurologically, and all sorts of things. Babies and infants and toddlers, my God, they are growing at a rate that is 100 times the rate that my body is changing. They're developing neurologically, all sorts of things, and you're gonna friggin' put coloring and you're gonna put artificial sweeteners in their body, and this is recommended. This is the crap that is recommended by the pediatricians in America. If somebody can find a more scathing indictment of the shittiness of the medical industry right now, please send it to me, or please comment below, because I'd like to hear it. Because I mean, you know, it's one thing for grown adults to put garbage into their body, for you to eat processed foods and chemicals and all that stuff, and you make the decision knowingly. When I have a diet soda, I know it's kind of bad for me. That's why I try not to have one every day. I try to have one once a week, once every 2 weeks, because it's garbage. But the fact that doctors are recommending that you pump your child full of colorings and artificial sweeteners it's malpractice. It's absurd. It absolutely blows my mind. I'll tell you one thing for goddamn sure. When I was a kid, my mother did not feed me this shit. So that's it for episode 7. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try and do a couple more of these. I'm starting to, as I go throughout my day and I start thinking about random things, I finally started writing them down, texting them to myself on my cell phone. So hopefully I'll have be cranking out a couple more blogs. I'll try to keep them short like this, under 10 minutes, so that I don't take too much of your day. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.